Hey, so I want to ask you a really important question because I feel like that this is something that we're all kind of going through right now. Funny, as I jump on, they're saying timeline jump to me. By the way, I keep getting so many people asking me who, when you say they, when they say they are saying to you, who are you talking about? So if you haven't been following me long enough, then you probably don't know. But when I say they, I am talking to my divine guidance team. So because I'm a psychic and a medium, that means that I am able to channel spirit and energies. And so I have a collection of energies that I call my divine guidance team, and they channel through me. And so when I pop on to talk to you guys, they will give me information, they give me insights, they give me guidance. And so, of course, when I'm doing sessions for clients, I always say, it's not Jody Jones is giving you the information. It's the energies that I'm channeling that will be giving you the information. So just so that we can clarify that. So when you guys hear me say they, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about anybody here in this 3D realm. I'm talking about higher ascended energies. Okay. So here's the important question that they wanted me to ask you and to ask myself. So the question is, who am I giving my power away to? Or who do I want to give my power away to? Or what do I want to give my power away to? And so this is really, really important right now because as we are going through sorry, and they're interrupting, that's what they do. They're saying that timeline jump, timeline shift. So obviously there's many of us that are doing a timeline jump or a timeline shift. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it's literally the way they show me is they'll show me like two highways, like two, major highways in a major city with all of this traffic going through, quickly moving along and, cars filled with people. But then it's literally like you're on one road and now you're on another road. So it is often like going in a completely different direction. Like things are switching. And not just switching lanes, like switching completely into a different direction. And so that's happening for a lot of us right now, or we're having the opportunity presented to us to be able to do that. So really pay attention to that because things may feel really unstable to you right now, but because what's happening is things are falling apart, right? So that you can, first of all, see things for what they really are, and then decide whether you want to keep it or you don't. And then you get to choose to start something else, something new, right? A new chapter. That's what the new energies and new frequencies are coming in for. But part of what happens when we're going through this transformation, this transition, is that the lower frequencies will come up through us. So, right, we all have them within us. And when those are coming up, they'll cause us to second guess ourselves or give away our power, which we can easily do. And so we have to really pay attention to this because there's going to be a lot of triggers over the next little while. So people are going to trigger you, right? They're going to, and it's going to be those who have a little bit more baggage than others, right? Those who still have a lot more work to do, or also, and not to make that look like it's negative, but also those who are cycle breakers, because some of the cycle breakers carry a massive amount of trauma and drama with them, right? They do. That's part of, I am a cycle breaker. So, in my worst moments, all of that stuff is really close to the surface, right? But as I do more work on myself, that starts to release and let go, and I start to lighten up. But you need to really pay attention. We need to. This is coming up for me too in my life lessons, is that we have to stop allowing people to trigger us. So, it's that knee-jerk reaction to things, right? So we have to recognize that when that lower frequency is coming through somebody else and coming to us, we have to recognize that maybe our older selves, our older version would have been triggered by that. But now we're kind of going to laugh at it because we're not going to be triggered by it. And we're not going to play it over in our head over and over and over again. We're going to see it for what it is. We're going to have some clarity on that now. We're going to be able to do that, which, just a few months ago, that might have been something that you were still working on, really, really, really working on, and you weren't getting it, right? Because sometimes it happens when we're doing these life lessons. It's like, oh my God, why is this happening again? Why am I being presented with the same thing over and over again? And it's because we didn't get it the first time, or the 10th time, or the 100th time. So we continue to evolve through the experience. But when we start to get it, we start to see that those experiences dissipate. There's a lightness in them. And when they do come through, we are not active participants in the drama or the trauma anymore. We're able to rise above it. And so that does happen. Trust me, I know that if you're in the middle of a trauma situation right now, it probably does not feel like there is going to be lightness in it anytime soon. But trust me, if you continue to do the work on yourself, if you continue to love yourself unconditionally, you continue to forgive yourself, you continue to honor yourself, heal yourself in all ways. Remember, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. If you continue to do that work, those triggers are going to become less and less traumatizing for you. But the key to right now is just having the awareness of where you're letting your power go. So where energy is literally draining from you and going to a source that is not deserving of it, right? It could be many things. It could be a person. It could be a relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a hobby, a habit, right? It could be an addiction. It could be just look at yourself and remind yourself that you are an energetic being and everything carries a frequency, and you're constantly emitting and sending your energy out. And what you want to do is you want to be giving your energy, your power to sources that replenish you, right? Really, really important, because if we don't replenish, or we don't get into the cycle of being replenished, we will burn out and crash. How many of you have burnt out and crashed? Yeah, president of the Burnout and Crash Club over here. So remember, we're having this, and when you guys have your guides too, if you pay attention to them, right? If you slow the chatter down a little bit, you can hear them. But when they're saying to me, you need to know who you're giving your power to, right? So really pay attention. And if you're an empath, as empaths, we are always trying to heal somebody. We're always trying to help somebody. That's why so many of us are light workers. So many of us, have followed the calling and do this professionally. But we have to remind ourselves that we are not here to fix anybody or save anybody except for ourselves. And so kind of pull back on what you're kind of giving out to others right now, because they're saying replenishing. So that replenishment is needed. We need to replenish our own vessels. That needs to happen for us. So, maybe if a hand reaches out to you right now and it's the same hand that always reaches out to you, but never does anything with the stuff you give, maybe don't give some stuff right now. There used to be a meme that would come across saying, don't be an asshole. And so be on the lookout for assholes. Be on the lookout for those that are, constantly taking, but not necessarily giving back to you. So, because this is, again, they show me the roller coaster. I wish they were showing me a nice calm beach, because that's where I'd like to be right now. But they're showing me the roller coaster. And so the roller coaster means we're going to be in it for a while. Where this is going to be in it for a while. And we do have some radiation coming through again this afternoon. I don't know if you noticed that or felt that, but I'm in Eastern Ontario, and it happened around, I'm going to say like 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And if you notice it, if you pay attention, it'll be like you're feeling okay and everything's okay and you're getting stuff done. And then it's like this distortion comes in, right? And then it's kind of just like your cells feel this like, ugh, what is that? And if you really kind of tune into it, it doesn't feel good, right? You can feel a little bit sick to your stomach. There can be a little bit of headache, a little bit of lightheadedness, a little bit of dizziness. Those are the physical things that you'll feel. And so really important when we're getting, because we're getting these waves more and more now. I mean, they were always coming. This is not new. Solar flares are not new. You know, geostorms are not new. But the frequency's changing. It's changing. I don't have an answer as to why or how, but it is, because we're feeling it. We're feeling it physically, like physically. So when that's coming through, just, you know, you can pop over to spaceweather.com and see, it'll show you the stuff that's coming up, or you can go and look at the different Schumann reporting agencies and see what's happening, because it's actually happening. But just kind of remind yourself that this is okay. Probably when the radiation's coming through and you're feeling like that, it's probably a good time to maybe drink some tea, some water, take some lemon balm, meditate, rest, do something that is nourishing for yourself. You probably don't want to go run a marathon or try and build a house. But you know what I mean, right? You guys get what I'm talking about. Okay, so pay attention. Who are you giving your power away to? What are you giving your power away to? And how can you reverse that and bring it back to you? And bring it back to you so that you're nourishing yourself, nourishing your soul, nourishing who you are. Sending you guys huge blessings.